Hello.
We have to talk to that place that whether you are listening me,
Oh, okay.
you are ready or something like that.
Hello.
So
Hello, Namami. Hello.
let's do like that.
Yeah.
Hello. Hello, Namami Gangi, MCG. Can you hear me? Anybody there? Ravinder and Akshay, are you there? Hello. Akshay, just check up, please there. Akshay, Ravinder, call them up.
Yes, sir. Vijay here. We can hear you.
Okay, Vijay, but your video is not on. Please put on your video.
Okay, sir. 1 second.
Hello, sir. You are in control, sir. How are you, Vijay? Can you hear me, see me?
Yes, sir. We can hear you. Also see you.
Okay, fine. There is no problem. The DG, this is the Minister's office.
Yes, sir.
Okay, okay. So the Minister will be joining at 8:30 p.m. there.
Okay, sir.
Okay, and Mr. Mathura will be there. Hello, Vijay.
Yes, yes, sir.
You can hear me loud and clear. See us also. We can see you
Yes, sir.
better. We can see you well. Okay, okay. And
Sir,
who is at Namami Gange at NNCG?
Ravinder handle with Namami Gange, sir.
But Ravinder has not joined as of now. I think he is not either audible or visible.
Yes, sir.
Can you please
I
send
know
a
him.
message to him?
Yes, sir. मैं और कम कर देता हूँ.
This is okay. This is plus.
That's probably the
That's
maximum.
maximum.
Yeah.
So how long will it be?
3 to 5.
Not for that. I don't know whether it says that not to charge me.
I think should be able to take. What's it? Charge कर लो इसको अभी. एक मिनट, just let me. Just let me check the link, and then you can take it for charging. Okay.
Now,
वो check कर ले यार, मैं DG का office check कर ले.
USB power. See, all you went to the charge since this morning and how long it's been used.
ये सम्मी जी यूएसबी चार्ज बैंक है किसी के पास
मेरा बैग का है. मेरे बैग में शायद है चार्जर. वो उधर रख दिया मैंने.
मोबाइल से भी चार्ज
मोबाइल चार्जर ही है मेरे पास. मोबाइल चार्ज.
इसके लिए फिर यहाँ पे पॉइंट भी चाहिए होगा.
यूएसबी चार्जर से फुल होगा
अगर वो पावर बैंक है तो फिर
इसको
इमरजेंसी में लगा
हाँ.
फर्स्ट यू
But anything else?
See, this is very important, by the way. We will not be able to hear them, and neither anybody will be able to speak from here, which will go there.
So it's like
sound output from the speaker.
किसी के पास
Hello, Ravindra, hello. Can you hear me?
Yes, sir, loud and clear, sir.
Okay, you can see me also.
Yes, sir. Am I audible? Sir, am I audible?
DG's room only.
Yes, sir.
Okay, DG.
Hello.
Ravindra, DG will come back at 8:30 India time.
Yes, sir.
Okay, ठीक है. So be stay online.
Okay, sir.
Okay, we start at sharp 8:30 India time.
Okay, sir. I'll be here.
And be in touch with Vijay also, so that there is no problem between your connection and the monthly office's connection.
Yes, sir.
Right. ठीक. Chat.
मोदी इसको दे देना जरा चार्ज
सब सबसे पूछो ना आगे क्या करेंगे. यहीं बैठो. जाना नहीं है वहाँ. फिर यहीं बैठेंगे हम लोग.
मैडम ये लोग
Put इसको चार्जिंग में लगा.
Do you have a charger?
We'll keep it in the
Laptop.
seconds.
Hello. Do I need to press anything?
No.
Hello.
ഇതില്ല ഇത് അവര് സംസാരിക്കുന്നു പക്ഷെ ഞാൻ കൊടുത്തു പക്ഷെ അത് വരും அப்படி அங்கிருந்து வரும்போது கரெக்டா சவுண்ட்
उधर से एक बार ढंग हम लोग करके वो एक्चुअली ना वो दूसरे पाइप से करने का प्रयास चल रहा है।
जो भी बताया आपने
एक बार ढंग हम लोग बोलो तो बोलो बोलने के लिए एक बार तरीके तभी तो लोग बोलिएगा सर्टिफिकेट ना वो दूसरा था तो जिस माइक से है वो डिस्चार्ज हो जाता है इसीलिए दूसरा सिस्टम लगाया है।
हेलो
सर
हाँ
गुड आफ्टरनून सर
गुड आफ्टरनून एम आई ऑडिबल
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Okay, sir. Please, sir.
ओके
Sir, we have tested with the minister's office also, sir. Vijay is there, sir. आप इधर आ जाइए, मैं कम इन द मिडिल।
एक अच्छा वो हाँ गया होगा
Hello,
या
sir, can you hear us, sir?
या आई कैन हियर यू
Right.
Rosie ji, can you hear us from Minister's office, residence? Rosie ji, can you hear us?
I can hear you slightly faint. Can you slightly, move your voice up? थोड़ा faint है आपका voice.
There is some disturbance. So, क्या disturbance है?
सर कैन यू हेयर मी?
Yes, I can hear you, Vijay.
सर अभी क्लियर आ रहा है साउंड?
हाँ, clear आ रहा है आपका.
ओके सर वो मार्क्स लगाए हुए थे इसलिए सर डिस्टर्बेंस हो रहा होगा।
Okay, fine. ठीक है, fine.
ओके सर।
थोड़ा सा can you zoom in the camera? ऐसा हो सकता है कुछ? बहुत दूर लग रहा है वो. नहीं हो पाएगा.
Rosie ji,
Hello.
Rosie ji, by what time we start?
We start at 3 p.m. in London time, 8:30 India time.
Okay.
जिन्ना को बोलो कि आदमी लोग कहाँ हैं, कम्युनिटी लीडर्स कहाँ हैं, मेरा दे सॉरी सन्नत
वो अच्छी क्वालिटी है, दोनों की क्वालिटी अच्छी है। जी
कनेक्टर नहीं रहा, कभी ऑक्यूपाई नहीं हो रहा है, पूरी को आगे लेके कैमरा आगे देख सकते हैं।
नहीं हो रहा है वो, हो नहीं रहा है। बट डोंट वरी, पोडियम पूरा आपका कनेक्ट है, पूरा पोडियम भर जाएगा। पीपल आर कमिंग, पीपल आर कमिंग। He was our DG, Shivani Ranjan Mishra, Director General
Yes. Of the cleaning and the-
of the Cleaning Commission.
Will you be happy to put global water summit?
Where is that?
May 2022.
And in?
Spain. And we can have him as a keynote speaker.
Absolutely, why not?
48 countries there.
Yes, yes, yes.
I was speaking, like, I want like somebody from India, and if we can get it from, I don't know if something's coming, but we get a team from India,
Mm.
and we get the director general to give the be a keynote speaker
Yes,
at the beginning of
definitely,
the exhibits.
So we'll probably have to, if you wish, we can have a exhibition there also.
That's what I'm saying.
Yes.
So you put up the exhibition, and you also have like a pavilion where.
Yes,
like,
pavilion, yes.
industry investors come and talk to
Absolutely,
you.
and we can have some kind of a dialogue from the sides also.
Exactly, and there will be lots of roundtable conferences and there, but keynote speech, like, if we have some, like, from India giving the keynote speech, then everybody will know more about this than if you just have the exhibition. and
Absolutely.
people might-
Are you speaking today?
For the closing remarks, yes.
Yes, fine. So why don't you make a mention of this?
Okay, okay.
Make a mention of this briefly, and you can say that we will in touch with the NMCG team and C Ganga to get us on this board and Spain. So it can be a moving forward, no?
Yes.
It's an outcome as to what we are doing.
Email you about,
It's an event, yes,
so
absolutely.
I will then send.
Yes,
email
yes,
to
yes.
you about this.
I'm drastically questioning. We can start processing that
Exactly.
and confirm to you as early as possible.
But if I can have, because he wrote a book.
Mr. Rajeshwaji Mishra, not to my knowledge, he's writing a book as of now. Yes, he's not listening, I think, but he is writing a book which probably will be out in the public domain.
Writing books about, like that, how important this is to people. He just wrote,
Okay.
like, they are all.
I know.
It's very exciting. It's like really people have common.
Time is coming out. उनको ना बुला लो कि आपको आगे डेट चाहिए जब
एक बार देखने जाए
देखना जाए उसके बाद ठीक है
On this book. Like you are written your boss has written, so somebody.
Yeah,
But
I
on
can
academic.
definitely get it. I can get Robert, or anybody, whoever,
Yes.
right, like.
Yeah, so I can send you the content of the book. So.
Even all white.
That's while I write it, you can write that.
I can get everybody. Right.
But this is little urgent in the sense that it's now getting because of it.
I'll
So I will forward. to
by
that.
next week, I can get back.
Yes. Yes.
Take down.
Good afternoon. May I take this seat?
Mukesh,
You can forward this.
Yeah, yeah.
You can forward this to.
Yeah.
No.
I have to save my number. Okay, if I do that.
Yes. With your name.
आप आ जाइए तभी शुरू होगा
मैं नीचे काफी लोगों के नाम नहीं पहुंचे
स्टार्ट करके आओ we'll start only once you come back okay this will be full तो आओ
ये मैं फिर करा दूं
तो करके तभी स्टार्ट करेंगे आप कहाँ चाहिए
ये किसको कनेक्ट है इसकी जरूरत नहीं
नहीं इसकी जरूरत है बिकॉज इसको बोलना पड़ेगा
नहीं पर ये कनेक्शन
दिस वाज बीइंग चार्ज
अच्छा दिस अच्छा या
एक काम आप ये भी करना यहाँ तो ठीक है रखा है as and when people are speaking from the other side, ना, उनके पास तो रख देना।
ठीक है। Yes. That one. Yes.
She is going to take something in. She's going to bring another one.
No, she is looking for the power bank. But it will work with this way. If this doesn't work, what do you use this next?
Yes. This time of
But that won't work here, no? Because this laptop cable is not that long. Let's try that. No, no, no. Good.
That's now I was
Please more the better. More the better.
I think
There are as many people see.
Absolutely, absolutely.
I'll give you, do you have the WhatsApp number? I should get my card.
But they will not be behind.
No, my agent said.
Speaking like that.
No, they are not.
They can sit. They cannot sit.
Mr. Baki people will join.
Yeah, but you can see. Only skill.
Yeah. Actually, they can probably come and say, so, okay, वो login करते जाएंगे. You can already on the screen. You can specifically also on the screen. But they will not have the right
कल मैं उसे यही सोचा इसके
Literal translation is
Mr.
मैंने कहा इंग्लिश में तो
You can join now. You ready? Vijay से बात करें. Chirag, can you hear me? Are we ready? We are ready with the session here?
Okay, I'll just get him.
Yes.
Thank you.
Want me to do it?
First start. You want to start? You want to start?
नमस्कार सर.
नमस्कार.
नमस्कार. बहुत बहुत धन्यवाद आपका समय देने के लिए और आपका स्वागत है. यहाँ पे हम ग्लासगो से शुरुआत किए थे जैसे आपको पता है 8 तारीख को. ग्लासगो के बाद कार्डिफ, कार्डिफ के बाद बर्मिंघम, फिर ऑक्सफोर्ड और ये आखिरी का लेग है लंदन में. 3 दिन बहुत एक्टिव रहे. शुरुआत में हाई कमिश्नर ने इसका इनॉग्रेशन किया था और अब हम कम्युनिटी डायलॉग के लिए है. मैं रोजी अग्रवाल जी से निवेदन करना चाहूंगा कि वो फॉर्मली सबका स्वागत करें.
Namaskar, sir. Very good afternoon and good evening to our friends from UK and India. And greetings from the National Mission for Clean Ganga from London. This is Ganga Live Connect UK exhibition, last round of the UK exhibition, which was started on 8th of August. It's my very proud privilege to welcome the most honorable Minister of Jal Shakti, Government of India, Shri Virendra Shekhawat ji, who has been always very supportive. And sir, thank you very much for joining even at this late hour in India, sir. Thank you very much for joining us, sir. And also we look forward to your guidance, for your blessings to take this Ganga Connect forward, not only in UK, but world over, sir. I will also welcome, extend a very warm welcome to esteemed Shri Rajiv Ranjan Mishra ji, DG NMCG, who has been the light behind this entire Ganga Connect exhibition, who has been also the torchbearer behind the Ganga rejuvenation program, which is now being implemented across the Ganga basin in the country. Sir, thank you very much for joining us and also for guiding us for this Ganga Connect exhibition from the very beginning. We have seen you how you have been working with us and with the High Commission and with the Sea Ganga in the past 3 to 4 years to make this happen in UK. And we are very glad to tell you, sir, that it has been a very resounding success starting from Glasgow up to London now here, sir. We also have Professor Tare here, sir. As you know, he has also been very aggressively following this connect of Ganga with the international community, whether it was Europe, whether it was USA, whether it is Australia, and he has been also leading this foray into UK since about 3-4 years back, and finally we are able to connect with a large number of people, entities, including researchers, scientists, technical experts, financial communities in UK and even from across the world also. I have also with me, I will extend a warm welcome to Mr. Manjeet Singh, who is the Minister Economic here from the High Commission, and Mr. Rohit Vadavan, who is also here with us today. Of course, he's on the other side of the table, so I think you cannot see him, but he has been very, very supportive for making this Ganga Connect UK possible from the very beginning, and he has been able to put up a very good show, starting from Birmingham, from Glasgow right up to London, sir. Sir, as you know, I also extend a very warm welcome to all my esteemed colleagues and esteemed members from the Indian community, Indian diaspora, technical experts from various walks of life in UK who have joined us today, this evening. A very warm welcome to you from National Mission for Clean Ganga, Namami Gange, and from the Government of India. As you all know, sir, we started this journey in November this year, on 8th of November, when the Honorable Minister of Environment and Forest inaugurated our Ganga Connect Exhibition on the site of spot. Thereafter, it went to Birmingham, Cardiff, Oxford, and now the final leg was inaugurated by Her Excellency, the High Commissioner of India in United Kingdom on 23rd. And in the past 2 days, 23rd and 24th, especially yesterday, in the first session today also, we have a lot of good dialogue, roundtable conferences with the Indian community here, Indian diaspora here, the technological experts, and also with various financiers and various capital markets. The interest which has been shown by these entities and individuals has been humongous, and there's a very good I would say, reception of the Ganga Division program which we are having in India. And yes, sir, there are certain queries and certain concerns which have been raised by that. And now it will be very good for us that these concerns and issues will be taken up by the Honorable Minister and also by the DG, sir. So once again, sir, I welcome all of you on behalf of NMCG, on behalf of High Commission and the Sea Ganga, and I will now hand over the further program to Mr. Sandeep Tare to moderate. Thank you so much.
Thank you, Mr. Agarwal. Namaskar, Minister Shekhawat ji. Namaskar, Rajiv Ranjan Mishra ji. We, as Mr. Agarwal has said, last 15 days have been fantastic. We have huge community support and participation from across the UK. And I'm delighted to say that many regions in the UK have come together to form alliances and partnerships and local chapters to be continuously and permanently engaged with us, starting with Scotland, moving on to Wales, to Middle England, so the region called Midlands, and now London and wider London region. We have about 25 to 30 community members who are with us today. They all want to have a deeper understanding. They're all appreciating the exhibition that has been displayed and has been very, very successful and much appreciated. But I think people want to hear from yourselves as to how can the community in the UK be associated, what support do we need we can offer to them, what are the points of clarifications that they will raise today, and have a very good interactive dialogue with everyone present in the room, including yourselves. So without any further ado, perhaps I can invite Mr. Rajiv Ranjan Mishra, Director General of National Mission for Clean Ganga, so to please set the context of why we initiated the exhibition in the first place, and also to share with the community on the great and good work that National Mission for Clean Ganga, under the leadership of Honorable Minister and the Prime Minister, has been doing. Over to you, sir.
Thank you, Sanmit. Good afternoon to all of you, and a very, very warm welcome. And I thank Honorable Minister for joining us. In fact, he has been with us during the day also, supporting our initiatives and program. As Honorable Minister is with us, I will be very brief, because later on during interaction and question answer session, perhaps I can supplement and come back to you. It's matter of great happiness and satisfaction for all of us in Namami Gange Mission. The way this whole initiative Ganga Connect has been responded. Honorable Minister is aware, and he has always supported and motivated us for different types of stakeholder engagement. Stakeholder engagement and reaching out to people of diverse nature is one of the prime criteria, one of the prime fundamental principle which we are following in this mission, Namami Ganga mission, the integrated mission for conservation of Ganga as well as its tributaries. Honorable Prime Minister has always given us a vision to connect with people. And when this vision was there to connect with people, not only in India, but especially the Indian diaspora and others, Ganga is not a river which is important only for Indians, not only important for those who live on the bank of Ganga, but it's really very important for everyone, and it's a kind of global heritage. And hence, if you look at the international community, global community, you have tremendous interest, and then several foreign authors have written books about Ganga. They have done research about Ganga. People have come and spent years together on the bank of Ganga to do some research work and document their experiences. So that's why when we thought about it, and I must thank the High Commission of India for continuously supporting us and continuously coming up and discussing with us about how to organize an expedition, an exhibition, come dialogue like this for last few years. In fact, we were supposed to start and do it in 2019, and it was planned, and then 2020, of course, that pandemic completely derailed this planning. But again, coming back, when we started this Namami Ganga program, we are basically looking at pollution abatement and also improving ecology and flow. Very typically, what we call as Nirmal Ganga and Aviral Ganga, and this cannot be done unless we have the right kind of connect with people. We promote technology, we promote science, and that's why to keep that in mind, we set up Center for Ganga Basin Management and Studies in IIT Kanpur, C Ganga, popularly known. Professor Tare is there with you, and he is the founding head. And then not only he is there, there are several colleagues, scientists and professors from different IITs and different institutes. So though it is located in IIT Kanpur, through C Ganga, we have created a network of institutions joining this movement, and through C Ganga, we are also in a position to connect with international community of researchers, academicians, and also technology providers. Honorable Minister, Honorable Jal Shakti Minister has been always guiding us and always inspiring us to look at new technology. In fact, today also we were having a discussion, and then there was a discussion about developing some new technology and utilizing them. C Ganga has come up with a ETV, ecological technology validation process, with which we are in a position to identify some technology, and some of them have also been now practiced or utilized. So this kind of dialogue is very important. This journey of Ganga Connect Exhibition, what happened from Glasgow on the sidelines of COP, where Honorable Environment Minister also joined us. Apart from that, we moved to Cardiff, Birmingham, Oxford, and London. And what has been seen very nicely is a kind of community response. And as Mr. Auja was telling us, that some sort of chapters and alliances for supporting the cause of Ganga rejuvenation also came. See, in my opinion, Ganga rejuvenation, it's such a large program. This is also going to set a trend for rejuvenation of various other rivers also. So that's why it's a cause which will be of mutual benefit, not only for us, but also for the global community to do research, to learn, and also to replicate it at different places in the globe. So I think that's a very important thing. Today, I have just to share with the community which is present there. Today, we had a very important occasion for Namami Ganga mission. We had started a Ganga Utsav, a celebration of River Ganga. That's an annual program. And at the end of that, in the first week of November, when we were starting this Glasgow Connect, we had also started within India an expedition called Ganga Masal, a kind of flame which passed from Rishikesh up to Ganga Sagar. And at different places, communities supported it, welcomed it, and then we had an excellent response all over the route. And today that concluded its journey in Bengal. So that was one. Ganga Connect also today we are concluding. But we also started one very important initiative where today the River City Alliance. The river cities, the cities on the bank of major rivers, and not only limited to Ganga, for the entire India, we also started that. And Honorable Minister was kind enough to spare his time and launch this particular initiative, which is again a multi-departmental initiative with all the other line departments and municipal commissioners from 30 cities actually came and attended. So I think that's again an historical occasion. So I'm just giving you an example that different kinds of connect, different kind of activities which we are doing, and how important it is to go ahead. Very quickly to tell you, we have done a lot of new things in terms of coming up with a doctrine of environmental flow or improving the water quality. Again, I don't want to give you too much of a statistics, but later on when the questions or when other kind of discussion time comes, I can explain you that the improvement in the quality of water of Ganga, the number of projects which being taken up under the leadership of Honorable Prime Minister and direct leadership of Honorable Minister is making the difference. And people are seeing the difference. But how you can join, what you can do, perhaps during discussion we can discuss, but we are in need, we look forward to discussion on innovative finance. I think I understand there was a lot of discussion on the finances, there was a lot of discussion on the scientific research, technology providers. There was also a discussion about data analysis, data analytics and monitoring mechanism, and also the community connect. So the expedition has been very complete, and this has laid foundation for a new area of how to connect with international community. We can use technology every time. We need not physically move, but we have made lot of connection with you. I'm quite sure my team and then the Sea Ganga team, which has been there in this journey, they would have noted down, and we will be coming back. We will be getting in touch with you, and then once they come back, we will have a meeting, and then we will find out what all can be done in future. And just to remind all of you, we are going to have India Water Impact Summit next month. That's our annual event organized by Sea Ganga. So I think that will be the right occasion to announce certain things, to also announce a roadmap, how we are going to carry it out with you, how we are going to go ahead in future. So at this time, at this point, I will just close by reminding all of you that we had started Clean Ganga Fund in India. That's a trust, and then we want to carry it forward and get an opportunity, give an opportunity to people in UK also to join this movement, and that's why we are in touch with High Commission of India, and setting up of a daughter fund is at a good final stage. So I think this particular Ganga Connect exhibition dialogue would have certainly furthered more interest in that, and I'm quite sure we will be able to take it forward shortly under the overall guidance and support of Honorable Minister. So once again, I thank all of you for joining us and for supporting all this cause. I also thank Honorable Minister for joining us, and I would like to conclude at this point of time. And later on, I think during question answer or any other kind of interaction, I would be very happy to join again. Thank you.
Thank you, Mr. Raji, for setting the scene and setting the context. What perhaps we can do with the permission of Honorable Minister, we can have 2 or 3 remarks, questions, suggestions from some members of the community, and then perhaps, Minister, if you can respond to those and also then open it up and share your views and thoughts on how the community can get, the wider community can get engaged with the Namami Gange program. So with your permission, sir, if I can first call Mr. Dhruva Kumar, who was absolute champion for us in Glasgow. A lot of the team members could not reach or make it to Glasgow, and being the host, Dhruva is the head of department at the City of Glasgow College, which is the largest educational institute in Scotland, and with the support of High Commission of India and Consul General in Edinburgh, Dhruva organized a very, very big community participation. So Dhruva, first, thank you for your support, and you are, championing and flying the flag for us. What do you think Ganga means to you personally, the community of people in Scotland, of people of Indian origin in Scotland, and what question you might want to put to either the minister or Mishra-ji? Do we have a?
Yes, we can shoot it there.
So Mishra-ji, I need to respond, or you are responding to it?
Why don't you come here and then, or if there's a.
I think Mr. Dhruv Kumar will speak, sir, and then we can respond.
I think there's feedback. Dhruva, idhar aa jaiye aap. Might be easier.
Namaskar, Sekhawat-ji, Namaskar, Mishra-ji, and thank you very much, Sanmit and the entire team. Namaskar, Taraji, and the whole High Commission here, and the entire dignitaries. And thanks for kind words. But the question is, what is the Ganga to me? What is the Ganga to Indian community, and what I did? I think it is a not individual responsibility, it is a collective and collaborative responsibility. Can you hear me? Is it okay? I think so. Yes. So, I mean, when I heard this coming to my place, it gave me only 2 days, to be honest. And then I thought, what am I going to do? In 2 days, has to support the entire Ganga Namami project and whole delegates and make it successful. Then first thing came in my mind is Ganga covers 47% of area and a lot of livelihood. That's quite big. 2 days is much bigger for me, and we could do that. So that was the first impression and inspiration it gave me. It does mean a lot to us because that's the heritage we come from, and Ganga is not only a holy river and Ma and the motherhood of the everything cultural we come from. वो हमारी संस्कृति की धरोहर है, लेकिन उससे कहीं ज़्यादा आज के समय में हमारी रिस्पॉन्सिबिलिटी है कि उनको साफ करना and how to modernize in terms of carbon emissions and in terms of employment led by Ganga River. There is a huge opportunity. It's not the challenge. I say it's a huge opportunity. So very happy to support this mission and this vision in any capacity, and hopefully we will work longer, not in short term, but in a more strategic and operational term. So for Indian community in diaspora, they all came in and it was an eye opener for them. कुछ लोग तो ऐसे बोले कि उनको ये समझ भी नहीं था कि इंडियन गवर्नमेंट ने इतना सारा काम किया हुआ है, and there are more than 200 projects. It was an eye opener for not only Indian community, the Scottish enterprises, businessmen, and I would say the whole intellectuals, scholars group, including myself, that it shows the length, breadth, and the overall understanding of the Ganga River and how well India has done. So it was an eye-opener for the global community, including Indians. Third question is, how do we take it forward and make sure it is our collaborative duty to do our selfless duty for the not only the goodness for the future of our country, and like performance we do religiously, and it's time to act industriously with Ganga Namami project to make it successful in coming decades. Because COP26 Glasgow we started. Now the time is to take an actions. Words has gone. We have spoken a lot about. We have drawn so many papers, but what it defines is what actions we take. And thank you very much for giving me opportunity and be part of this somewhere to start with. And it's a privilege to be and to be part of the, very proud to be an Indian and come from the place. I come from the Patna region, and that's where the Ganga comes in. So I have walked into the Gangas, and now it's time to उनकी जो ऋण जो है उसको चुकाने का टाइम है. So it's not I'm saying any statement, but this is what it comes from, a selfless act. And I think it's time to not individual to collaborate collectively and make it successful by our actions. So thank you.
मंत्री जी आप थोड़ा सा रिस्पॉन्ड करेंगे. डीजी सर आप
Thank you very much.
is the time for action is now. Advanced climate related, carbon related initiatives have to be built in. But really the question Dhruva was asking is what more can the community do to support the program, either from an intellectual perspective, awareness perspective, technology transfer, or financing. So either of you, sir. Minister first and then DG, sir.
Thank you very much. First of all, I would like to thank Mr. Dhruv for his wonderful words of appreciation for what we have done. And I think the purpose behind this exhibition and the tour which was organized, we have achieved more than what we have expected. I can understand with these words which were put in by Mr. Dhruv. See, this the very purpose of this exhibition was to showcase that what exactly we are doing, and on to let the people understand, especially of the Indian origin and from rest of the world, that under the able leadership of Honorable Prime Minister Modi ji, on the speed and scale what we are working. I do remember when I visited Stockholm Water Week 2 years ago, and I was sitting with the King of Sweden and King of the Queen of Sweden, and a couple of people from Germany and British origin. They were representing their respective countries. When I discussed, they were talking about the rejuvenation of Thames and rejuvenation of Rhine. Then when I apprised about what we have done, and the challenge and magnanimity of challenge what it was in front of us for cleaning Ganga, since Ganga is the river which caters almost 40% plus population for their livelihood and their livelihood both. So the connect with the people, I just told them that the total population of Sweden is almost 10 million, and more than that population, with the total population, people every day interacts with River Ganga for their very all purposes. So it was a humongous task for us, and I am so glad that not only in the country, though the people who have visited during the Kumbh from almost 122 countries, they have recognized and appreciated the work what we have done. But our people from our origin, our diaspora, and especially people putting up there from the origin of Patna or the riverside Ganges, they are appreciating. It is really wonderful for me. Thank you very much. Simultaneously, what we can do. This was a wonderful question. Today, when I was talking at the initiative which was mentioned by DG Mishra ji during his opening remarks, that was the cities which are situated near on the bank of rivers. So it is river city engagement alliance what we have started, and 30 cities have come together to start with this as a member of that platform, that initiative, to understand from each other, to learn from each other's experience, from their successes, from their failures. I was talking to them, and I was suggested them that we cannot do anything through technology or with the resources. The only thing which is required for rejuvenation and cleanliness of our riverine structures throughout the world is the people's engagement. Until unless the common man, whatever capacity he is putting up in the society or living in the society, he doesn't realize his own responsibility By that time, we cannot achieve the final success, what is desired and sustainable success. So I would request all of you putting up there, since Ganga, it doesn't flows only on the earth or only on the planet. It flows in everybody is of Indian origin, in our bloodlines and our heart and soul, and it connects our heart and soul and it binds all of us. So it is our cumulative responsibility in whatever manner you can contribute. May not be economically, maybe economically by the technology, or just creating the awareness of the people putting up there on the banks of Ganges. That also is a huge contribution. Since people sitting here in this, to whom I can see or connected with the help of technology, they everybody of them are institution in itself, in himself. So they can play a vital role in creating awareness among the people. We have to tell our coming generation, and we have to create awareness in our coming generation also, because it was part of our culture. And initially, to conserve and preserve all water bodies or all the natural resources, our ancestors, they have connected everything with the dharma, with the thread of dharma, they have bounded us. And because of that, we had by the heredity, we used to get this, acquire this knowledge that we have to be, because they gives us life, so they are precious for us, they are important us, they are respectable for us. But since that thread weakened up because of so many reasons, now again we need to create that awareness, and that is our responsibility, and that is how we can play our role. You have mentioned about the economical growth and on the banks of the rivers. As I mentioned, that River Ganga, it plays a vital role in for the livelihood of almost 400 million people putting up along the River Ganges, or the tributaries of Ganges. And Honorable Prime Minister have taken an initiative and instructed us to start the Ganga-based economy. We are also working on that, and he has mentioned, he has given the name Earth Ganga. So economy on the brand Ganges, we have also started working on this. We are creating some type of business opportunities there. We have already taken an initiative to cultivate the medicinal plants along the Ganges. They are going to assist us and help us in different manners. First, to reduce the pollution load in the river Ganges of chemicals and fertilizers, and simultaneously the medicines which are grown on the banks of Ganges are going to give a big boost in our economy. So, and there are plenty of ways. That is how we have identified the places of tourist interest, and we are already working on creating a tourist destination along the Ganges. So Ganga-based tourism can also be done, and tourism-based economy can also be grown up. There are various ways and means how we can connect the people, create the job opportunities and employment opportunities, and the investment opportunities also. Thank you.
Thank you, sir. You will be delighted to know that even though Dhruva and his team did not know the concept of Earth Ganga, but they suggested to create a very high impact project jointly with the University of Strathclyde and the City of Glasgow College. So we'll be making that collaboration announcements this evening jointly with the Vice Chancellor of City of Glasgow College and the Namami Gange Mission of Scotland and India, taking the first steps on establishing a major project using the Earth Ganga principles. So thank you, and I wanted to just highlight that. Perhaps DG sir, if you could make a few remarks.
I think Honorable Minister has very elaborately and comprehensively covered. I will only like to draw your attention and also others. See what you can do. I mean, you can really help and you can really contribute in different way. One way can be to basically increase your own awareness about what is happening and know more about this river and then the other rivers. So be every year we come up with some online quiz also. We call it Ganga Quest, and Honorable Minister is again very much encouraging us. And with his inspiration, we have also launched a portal, continuous learning and activity portal. So some of these activities will be for the younger generation. So I think our family, the kids, the students and youth, perhaps they will find these things very interesting. And in a way, you will be knowing about it. Through this portal, you will also be knowing about different programs, what we are doing, and you will yourself find out, I mean, from wherever you are or wherever you have some interest to contribute. We have also come up with a travelogue. It was telecast on Doordarshan, but it's on the YouTube also. I'm quite sure Mr. Roji Agarwal, who is there, he will share the link and other details with you so that you can actually travel along Ganga through that and know about the livelihood, know about the lifestyle and some of our projects, and also know about some of the concepts which Honorable Minister told about Earth Ganga and some of the other things, some of these other possibilities. So I will leave at this point at that level. There is a lot which we can do, and Honorable Minister has very rightly told that Ganga does not really flow in its banks, which we know. It is actually in our thought. It's actually in our action. So I think these things are that portal is called CLAP. So actually, it's a continuous learning and activity portal, and it's very aptly its website is www.clap for Ganga. So let's all clap for Ganga and then go to that portal and then utilize it and also give us feedback. Many of you will be having lot of bright idea. Give us feedback. How exactly we can further improve that portal and improve connect of people with it.
तो क्या बोल रहे हैं? ठीक है. Thank you, sir.
Thank you. Our next guest is a young scholar from West Bengal, Megha Mukherjee. She supported us wholeheartedly when we were in Oxford University. She's a graduate from there and now working in the water sector in Oxford. Megha has also very kindly agreed to champion a youth program to mobilize global youth, not just in the UK, but around the world to raise awareness on the Ganga. So Megha, your comments and any question.
Thank you so much, Sanmit, for having me, and very good evening to Honorable Minister and the Director General. At Oxford and all the universities across the UK, really, there are lots of young Indian researchers and also young professionals all over who are just trying to find a way to contribute back to India. And I just wanted to know what your vision or mission for the youth, the global youth is, and what you want from us so that we can do our best to bring in more resources to the country and more basically facilitate a brain gain rather than a brain drain. So that's my question.
Thank you, Megha. Megha, do you understand Bengali?
Yes, I do.
কেমন আছেন ভালো
হ্যাঁ ভালো
तो ভালো चलिए सबसे पहले मेगा आपको मैं एक बात बताऊं that everywhere for everybody of you sitting in this hall सबसे पहले आप लोगों को ये जरूरत है कि हिंदुस्तान में क्या हो रहा है इसकी जानकारी कम से कम आप निरंतर रखा करिए because I'm disappointed that if my people of the country they say that we have come to know today only or yesterday only that this is what happening in India. So being an Indian, if you wish to contribute for India, you must keep a track and an eye for whatever is happening in India. I think जितना कुछ भारत में पिछले 6-7 साल में हो रहा है, it is really unparalleled. And the people putting up across the world cannot imagine how India is growing. So you being the brand ambassadors of the country, you not only you are an NRI there or putting up there as a student or as working there, you all are the brand ambassadors of the country. So you must keep an eye on everything what is happening. India becoming the fastest growing company for renewable energy, what with the targets, what we have achieved, what we have committed in COP26, we have already achieved that target. No, none other than India have achieved those targets. We have already established 40 gigawatt, what we have promised of solar energy in our country, renewable energy in our country. We are working very hard in the field of green hydrogen. And for all of your knowledge, because today only I have tweeted that the first gigafactory in the world for green hydrogen electrolyzers, which was established in India 6 months ago, that have today only they have shipped first hydrogen, make in India hydrogen electrolyzers from India to United States. These are the things which we are doing in India, and if you all are aware of that, then only you can tell the rest of the world and youth of the world that India is not a country which used to be decade together. Now it's a country which has a promising prospects for the investment. It is a technological hub. It is coming up like fastest developing country in the world. Thank you.
Thank you, sir. That has been our aim at Oxford, to keep the research on India and keep abreast of. Also, the Jal Jeevan mission is attracting a lot of research there as well, along with the Clean Ganga mission. So hopefully we'll be able to do something. Thank you.
Thank you, sir. I'll take a slight detour. Sir, since you mentioned hydrogen, we have in the room Mr. Mark Hope, whose company specializes in waste to hydrogen. And he, although this was a community roundtable, we've made Mark an honorary Indian and adopted him. And Mark is very, very excited to be putting up the first waste to hydrogen plant in India through the Namami Ganga mission. Mark, do you want to say a comment or two? Please.
Well, hello, and thank you very much for listening to me, and also for giving our small company this opportunity. Mr. Samit Ahuja came across us by accident and looked at our technology and decided there was a definite opportunity for building it in India. And we see this as a great opportunity for us and for our company, and we very much appreciate the program itself and hope that we can do it justice.
DG sir, and maybe Minister afterwards, how can we establish a Ganga for hydrogen program, sir?
It's a very technical thing. Only DG can tell you about this, that how Ganga mission can work in hydrogen. Because the technology that we have adapted for green hydrogen is a PAM technology. And electrolyzers, already we, as I have mentioned, that we have started making, and our Prime Minister, he has announced from the ramparts of Red Fort on 15th of August, on Independence Day, that we are initiating energy independence through renewable energy. And when he speaks about energy independence, then it is independence from all sort of hydrocarbon fuel and CNG, what we are importing in our country, and creating a trade deficit to reduce that also. So it's a huge opportunity, since the energy goalposts are shifting, and because of the commitment what we have made to the rest of world. Though we are a developing nation, but we have expressed our commitment at COP26. Recently, our Prime Minister announced that zero carbon and zero emission by 2070. So to achieve that, we are working aggressively on the field of hydrogen. You are welcome. In India, with the technology proposals, our doors are open, and we will be happy to have you here and your technology and company here in our country. Thank you. DG Sab, if you want to add on anything.
Sir, you already told, as Sanmit, you know, we discussed this also about the technology and how we can utilize the wastewater and reuse and other TTP, etc. So if something to learn from them, perhaps we need to work it out. And then one thing I can tell you very clearly, Mark, that we are quite open to welcome new technology, new processes. And as Honorable Minister very rightly told, there is a national hydrogen mission, and then this is a kind of priority area for the country. So we would be actually quite keen to know more about the possibilities, and we are already working with Sea Ganga and some of the other institutions to look at different ways and different alternatives to proceed on this.
And as far as NMCG is concerned, National Mission for Clean Ganga is mission. We are open to all technologies, open for all technologies. We work as a technology neutral organization. We welcome all such technologies, but the only question is that should be scalable and sustainable, and then economical also. And it should be workable and sustainable in Indian conditions also. That is the only requirement what we are looking for.
Right, sir. And there's much interest from the UK on the technology side, sir. Out of the 40 technologies you have already enrolled in the ETV program, almost a quarter come from the UK, and significant interest in sludge management, in waste to hydrogen, in waste to biofuels or waste to biogas. So as the country's energy security is concerned, Ganga will play a very, very crucial role in contributing to the development of that, sir. So thank you for those comments. Can I now invite Mr. Jazz Soul from Birmingham? So much like how Dhruva and Medha played a key role in Glasgow and Oxford, Mr. Soul, who hails from Birmingham, played a key role in mobilizing a big community over there. Jazz, over to you.
Thank you, Sumit. Your Excellency, good afternoon or good evening, ladies and gentlemen, good afternoon. So, Your Excellency, we had fantastic cooperation and dialogue with the help and connect of Sea in Glasgow initially, and then went on to Birmingham and Bristol and Cardiff, and now ended up in London. We have introduced numerous technologies onto the ETV, I think to date 7 or 8, around sludge management, air pollution, as well as water recycling. So the push here is to try and bring innovation and technology to help and support your efforts, as well as look at what technology India has to offer to bring back. So we see it as a total collaboration and partnership. One of the questions that came out through dialogue, because I'm also a mentor for British Water, I was with Summit's help part of the World Water Impact Summit, where we brought day 1 and day 5 with India and UK Connect, as well as India and the Region Connect. One of the questions from the youth who I've mobilized today is how do we get the youth more involved in such endeavors where the UK itself suffers from river contamination? It needs help on river cleanup as well. And one of the conversations with my colleague and the CEO of Thames Water was how do we unite with India with some of its issues and problems and create some connectivity around what we discussed was the collaboration with water twinning of rivers together, where we can help and support community, academia, industry, government sectors and departments, and bring all of that together. So do you think that's possible?
Is it very possible, very much possible? If everyone who wants to work in India for the river rejuvenation, not only in the field of Ganga, since we are expanding what we have learned from Ganga rejuvenation and pollution abatement, now we are multiplying it and implementing taking all the major river basins in India. Already, Honorable President have announced during when he was addressing the joint session that we are taking the 5 large basins of India, which covers almost 75% of total Indian basins. So more than that even. So all the new technologies, new partnerships, because the public spending, the partnerships, they are the key role, and ultimately the people's participation gives it sustainability. So everybody who wants to work in India for our rivers and whatever we have learned, we can replicate even in the rest of the world, wherever it is. As Prime Minister has given a concept of one sun, one earth, exactly. We can work on the same similar lines for the rivers and the knowledge what we have acquired for and the technologies what we have developed for the rivers of the world. Because now what I personally feel that now the time has come that when we all have to work for the water domain. Otherwise, we are going to be very late, and our coming generations will be compelled to do whatever we can do now at this moment with conviction. So everything which can be done, which can gives energy and inertia to our river cleaning programs, you are all welcome. Thank you.
No, thank you, Your Excellency. And I feel as though a lot of the adoption is around the blue economy, where everyone's looking at using the resources around them. So there's a lot of that that's applied here, as well as within India, with some of the activities we're involved there. We run a number of different areas that include a number of the SDGs, Sustainable Development Goals, but the youth here are keen to try and move WASH activities forward. So we can mobilize many different sectors, academia, industry, and so on. And we really need to bring the youth on board, I think. We have a lot of youth here today that have been part of the Ganga Connect. It hasn't all been around technology, and we really need to push that to the next stage.
Thank you.
I think it's a very good idea, and what Honorable Minister said, the twinning of rivers, because as you also mentioned, if you work on river, you can cover a large number. You can really get in touch with a large number of SDGs in some way or the other. It may be water or sanitation or even urbanization cities. So I think we can have a very interesting case if we can look at some comparable rivers and then have a kind of twinning program and exchange program also. I think it's very much possible, as Honorable Minister said, to work it out and chalk out a kind of plan of action to actually do it.
Sorry, absolutely. And social development is just as important as environmental impact. Social impact, environmental impact, hand in hand, I think will be part and problem of solving the problem, part of the solution. And it will have multiple people, apart from, say, just me as a technology provider. You can bring in all sorts of others who come in line and then help and support this initiative. Thank you. We have our rivers here in the UK. Sorry. We have our rivers in the UK here already nominated. So with your colleagues, we can conclude it sooner rather than later.
Thank you. So the twinning program has gathered much, the idea has gathered much momentum, and with the support of High Commission, we'll start the formal process of twinning some rivers in UK with our rivers in India. So thank you, Jas, for your question. Can I now invite Mr. Amit Khandelwal, who's leading academic with University College London. And Amit has been quite a big champion of mobilizing the academia to support the Namami Gange program. Amit?
Thank you very much, Sanmit, and Honourable Minister, as well as Director General and colleagues from India, a very warm welcome and good evening to you, and namaskar. So just a couple of observations, and perhaps I'll end the question as well. I think the national mission vis-a-vis Clean Ganga is clearly an investment, and needs to be seen as an investment for the long term, despite the costs involved. More importantly, I think, certainly from what I've heard today, it has immense, not only national impact in our nation, but also in the broader regional South Asia arena as well, but also global impact. We've heard the issues around business opportunity, tourism, knowledge, all equally important. Technology. How does the Clean Ganga mission support the Make in India project concept as it delivers? But one thing which is absolutely key from my end is community. How do we make sure that our citizens who live across the Ganges, near or far away, actually see that translatable benefit from the investments that are made? And that is very key, I think, in the broadest sense. I think there's very strong support in the UK. The community over here at the High Commission is representative of that, but also I think from the university base as well in the UK. And certainly as a colleague from University College London,
we're very keen to work with the Clean Mission on Ganga. But more importantly, my personal perspective is that we need to reinvigorate the UK-India bilateral on this particular area so that it becomes a bellwether in terms of the broader relationship between our two nations. Equitable, bi-directional, because there's so much to learn from the Ganges, certainly within the UK as well, and so much to offer in terms of expertise. So I'd just like to ask the question, how do you envisage developing and sustaining and reinforcing this equitable bi-directional partnerships, certainly if our two prime ministers are to meet in the not too distant future? Thank you. Thank you.
There is a huge scope of equitable and bi-directional partnerships, since India have marched a long path to reach this milestone. So India being the second largest populous country and the fastest developing economy in the world, now it's the time when all the countries like United Kingdom and other rest of the countries of world, we join together our hands for sustainable growth and development, and whatever we have done, we have achieved to give it a better momentum and better pace, so that our country can also grow. I think now the time has come that all the countries will have to do the partnerships on the equitable for the equitable benefits and for bidirectional purposes. And India is now on this platform that we are very much keen to do this type of partnerships. And I thank you for the suggestion of reinvigorating of in the UK partnership what we have already signed it. So I'll instruct my office and my people and my team to really look into that, discuss with the Ministry of External Affairs on how we can rejuvenate this partnership and give it better health and better life, so that we can work more sustainable and equitable. Thank you.
Yeah. Thank you very much, Minister. And indeed, I think University College London stands ready to help in that regard. Thank you.
DG sir, would you like to add?
I will only echo the sentiment that the partnership is strong, and I fully agree that the bi-directional partnership is very much possible. And as Mr. Amit also rightly pointed out, there is so much to learn for us from the expertise there, but also there is so much to learn from what we are doing on Ganga, because it's a very, very different kind of challenge, and multiple multi-sectoral efforts are also going on. And what I suggest, one way to carry it forward is like we have a concept of Ganga Knowledge Center, primarily to deal with academics and then institutions and experts in a more formal way, and create an institutional memory which can be useful, as Honorable Minister said, not only for Ganga, but this knowledge can go for the other rivers also, and those other rivers can be out of India as well. So I think Sri Ganga is one of the important nodal institutions to develop that a large Ganga knowledge center, or rather river knowledge center in the country. And of course, through Sri Ganga, several other institutes and several other colleges and universities all across globe can also join. So I think that could be one way of creating a platform, common platform of the academics and researchers to join. But when we, like earlier, we discussed about twinning and all that, if we have some such program, then in those kind of program, the business industry, technology provider, all of them will have some role to play in different sectors. So I think we can really work out a bi-directional and equitable partnership.
Thank you, sir. And Amit and I were discussing, he suggested that the two prime ministers are about to meet in the next 2 months or so, and perhaps a stronger and a deeper partnership may be proposed. And DG sir, you just mentioned Ganga Knowledge Center, maybe an idea that I'm floating openly, which Amit also suggested, is perhaps inviting a consortium of UK universities to be one of the founding collaborators of the Ganga Knowledge Center. And this could be a great initiative if, when the two prime ministers meet, we could announce that. So something for us to work offline on. The next speaker, sitting right next to me, is a very eminent member of the community, Rajeshwaji Maharaj, who has deep faith and the trust of the community. He would like to say a few words, Rajeshwaji.
Namaskar, sir. Thank you so much. This is a very great, you can see, development for the river Ganga. I would like to request the government as well, and also all the temple in United Kingdom, they can also involve, and all the trustees and members can also involve how we can help to clean the Ganga. Thank you.
Thank you very much. I can only say this word that thank you very much for your wonderful idea and wonderful suggestion that all the temples and community people and trustees should engage into our Ganges. I've already welcomed all of you. So I can say only thank you very much for this your wonderful idea.
Thank you so much.
One of the suggestions, now that the exhibition formally concludes at the High Commission today, this evening, a very strong set of requests are coming from various temples to take the exhibition from one temple and one religious institution or community center to the other. And with your permission, sir, we'd like to give that support and confirmation to the High Commission and the community in the UK that the exhibition will keep on running, because so many people did not get a chance to see it as yet.
I'll be the happiest man on the earth if it happens.
Thank you on that.
So thankful to all of you.
Thank you so much. I mean, it's such an excellent idea. So, and I think I will request Mr. Agarwal. I think this is a very good connect. As the Honorable Minister is saying, we will be the happiest people if you carry forward, because we have no fun in bringing these exhibits here back or throwing it somewhere. I think it will serve much better purpose if you people use and then circulate. And also, I will request, like, lot of activities keeps on happening. So anyway, our people will get your contact. So I think we will also keep you abreast with some of the interesting cultural thing which Namami Ganga Mission keeps on doing, and share with you, so that you can also share with the Indian community and in the temples and all that. It will be very good, a kind of permanent gain of this entire trip.
Great, sir. Thank you so much. Just carrying the agenda on the community engagement forward, can I invite Mr. Anil Rajani, who's representing the Indian Jewish Association in the UK. Anil.
Thank you, Your Excellency, and thank you, esteemed guests. Thank you for inviting us. I'm a trustee of the British Indian Jewish Association and a partner in a law firm in London. We're keen to foster good relationships between both the Indian community and the Jewish community, because there are attitudes and attributes of both communities which help each other. And India and Israel are good friends, and it's important that we remain friends. This is a very impressive discussion and topic, and we're happy to support you in any way we can. I have one small question. Ganga is an iconic river, an iconic landmark known to me because I'm an Indian, a Gujarati Indian, having lived in the UK for many, many years. But how do you see its ability to unify and include all communities? Because that's what I think is important, that it should be a unifying river and a project. So any information you could provide on unification and involving diverse communities, that would be very helpful. And thank you very much.
These are you respond for it.
Yeah. Mr. Anil, I fully agree with you. And let me tell you, Ganga is the greatest unifier of all in this country. Because if you look at some of the congregations or some of the community which use this water or which live on the bank of Ganga, you will find people from different religion, from different community. They all get benefit out of this river, and they all have access to this river, and they all enjoy. All along Ganga, see, we are doing a kind of cultural mapping, and then if you look at different kinds of monuments, built structure, I think you will find excellent built heritage of all religion and of all community all along Ganga. So I think that unification is inherent in this river. This is mother to all, and the reverence is there across all. And not only reverence, I think the benefit, the livelihood support this river gives, it cuts across community, cuts across religion, and we need to continue it further. And then I see no real conflict or dichotomy in this what you are saying, but it's an excellent idea, excellent thought to carry forward.
Thank you. Thank you, sir. I'd now like to invite Mr. Sunil Dwivedi. Sunil is a cross-border champion of investment flows between India and UK.
Thank you, Sanmit. Can I speak in Hindi?
Please, please.
कभी-कभी मौका मिलता है. नमस्कार सर, शेखावत सर एंड मिश्रा जी. मेरा एक रिक्वेस्ट ये था कि जल शक्ति और व्यापार शक्ति कैसे कंबाइन कर सकते हैं, क्योंकि यहाँ की बिजनेस कम्युनिटी अगर हम लोग एंगेज करते हैं तो ज्यादा इजी रहेगा हम लोग के लिए.
ये जल शक्ति मंत्रालय जब माननीय प्रधानमंत्री जी ने गठित किया तो देश में पानी से रिलेटेड जितनी एक्टिविटीज थी उन सब से काम करने वाले जितने डिविजन्स और डिपार्टमेंट्स थे उन सबको इंटीग्रेट किया. जल शक्ति में जहाँ एक तरफ हम नमामि गंगे मिशन पर काम कर रहे हैं जो लगभग 30,000 करोड़ रुपए का इन्वेस्टमेंट उसमें हो चुका है और आगे और भी होने वाला है. वाटर रिसोर्सेज के डैम रिहेबिलिटेशन एंड इम्प्रूवमेंट पर हम 10,000 करोड़ रुपए के प्रोजेक्ट पर काम कर रहे हैं. ग्राउंड वाटर रिचार्ज पे हम 6,000-7,000 करोड़ रुपए के प्रोजेक्ट पे इनिशियली एज ए पायलट काम कर रहे हैं, विच इज फर्दर गोइंग टू बी एक्सटेंडेड. $50 बिलियन के प्रोजेक्ट पे हम के बजट पे हम जल जीवन मिशन पर काम कर रहे हैं. सिमिलरली लगभग 35 बिलियन पे सेम ड्रिंकिंग वाटर टू ऑल अर्बन एरियाज काम कर रहे हैं. सो द ह्यूज इन्वेस्टमेंट अपॉर्चुनिटीज व्हिच आर कमिंग और बजट एक्सपेंडिचर व्हिच इज गोइंग ऑन, it creates the business opportunities also, and all the technology providers, all the manufacturers, all the concessionaires and people who are companies working in the technology, in the field of technology of water treatment, drinking water treatment, effluent treatment, सबके लिए ये जो है एक opportunity के रूप में, and our windows are open for everybody.
और सर इसमें is there any incentive that we can show to the businesses this side वहाँ आने के लिए?
सब मेरे को लगता है कि बिजनेसमैन के लिए सबसे बड़ा इंसेंटिव जो है वो बिजनेस अपॉर्चुनिटी होती है और इन्वेस्टमेंट का एश्योरेंस होता है. तो इसका जो है सरकार उसके ऊपर खर्च कर रही है तो ऑटोमेटिकली इट गिव्स एन इंसेंटिव टू ऑल द टेक्नोलॉजी प्रोवाइडर्स एंड कंपनीज. तो इससे बड़ा इंसेंटिव और क्या हो सकता है.
ठीक है सर, थैंक यू सर.
सुनील जी, जैसा माननीय मंत्री जी ने कहा, हम जो कोई टेक्नोलॉजी हम कंट्रोल नहीं कर रहे हैं, टेक्नोलॉजी न्यूट्रल हम रहते हैं. तो किसी ने अगर कोई प्लांट बाहर भी बनाया है, अगर उसका प्रूफ है तो हम उसको भी क्वालिफाई करते हैं. तो जैसा इतना ओपन पॉलिसी है और सबके लिए फ्री है, तो आई थिंक वो और अपॉर्चुनिटी बहुत बड़ी है. माननीय मंत्री जी ने आपको कई अलग अलग सेक्टर बताया वाटर सेक्टर में, और वाटर सेक्टर तो अभी और ग्रो होने वाला है, क्योंकि जैसे हम अर्बनाइज होंगे, जिस तरह से करेंगे, जो क्लाइमेट इफेक्ट को भी मिटिगेट करना है, तो जल शक्ति से ही वो सारी चीजें ज्यादा अच्छी तरीके से मिटिगेट होंगी. तो बहुत ज्यादा अपॉर्चुनिटी इस सेक्टर में आएगी ही. और once we give you a transparent platform and opportunity, I think वो काफी होना चाहिए.
थैंक यू सर.
So व्यापार शक्ति से आगे I'll move to आर्थिक शक्ति, which yesterday we had a fantastic finance roundtable where tremendous amount of support from the investment and finance community has been offered to the Namami Gange project and other environmental projects in India. And we have a colleague, Mr. Praveen Patel, who was participant in the roundtable. Praveen, you have a question or a suggestion to make?
Thank you. The key element over here with the Ganga project is, of course, it's a huge project.
Now, one of the key elements that we all face, and all the technology companies sitting around here, is the matter of funding. How do we go about funding such projects? What are the government, what sort of support would the government provide to these companies? Furthermore, are there any sovereign guarantees for the funding that is actually provided to these projects? And obviously, one needs to look into this in much greater detail. But let's start with, are there any sovereign guarantees readily available? And if so, can we utilize sovereign guarantees in a manner which will enhance the total outcome? In other words, one could also look at the monetization of underground assets, overground assets, and so on. So basically, my question is this: would the government provide sovereign guarantee so that it can be utilized to generate the necessary funding? Thank you.
Lisa, would you like to respond?
Mr. Patel, your question is very important, and this is also a question where perhaps we need to discuss a little bit more in detail and then come back to you with a very certain thing. But as you also mentioned about monetary assets and other things, if you see, the policy of government of India has been very progressive in that. So we are trying to optimize these kind of public assets where it is possible, and also public interest is protected. That's one. Second thing, one example I will give you, we have some projects in Namami Gange where World Bank is also funding. And we have started public-private partnership projects in that. And in that, actually, we have initiated a few projects now in Ganga 2 projects, the portfolio with the World Bank support, where a kind of guarantee product is being developed. So that kind of guarantee, where the bank also gives the guarantee to the investors who are supporting the concessionaire, who are taking up projects in every annuity. So that kind of product development has started. But across all the sectors, it will need a larger consideration and to also look at the specific proposals.
Thank you very much. Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you, sir. Any final question, comments, suggestions from anyone else? If there are, please just come and stand behind me.
So, Honourable Minister, Director General, and colleagues over here, just a very sort of general statement, but a very important one. Let's celebrate the success that this mission has delivered, and I think will continue to deliver, so that resonates, not just back home in India, but also in the UK and indeed around the world, because I think that's very important in changing people's mindsets across all communities. That's all I'm going to say.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
You are? I'm Suranjan from Bengal Heritage Foundation.
We have Mr. Suranjan from Bengal Heritage Foundation who has a comment or a question.
So more of a comment, sir, Your Excellency. So I represent Bengal Heritage Foundation. I'm one of the trustees. We organize one of the biggest Durga Pujas. As you know, Durga Puja is one of the biggest Bengali events that happen throughout the year. We organize one of the biggest Durga Pujas that happens in the UK, perhaps Europe. And we were talking about the twinning of Ganga with other rivers in the world, especially in the UK. So one of the things which we carried out 2 years ago was actually taking water from the River Thames and actually mixing it with the river from water from River Ganga, and actually creating our Durga Murti in Calcutta based on that. So that was a symbolic thing. But I think going forward, I think with the power of the community, I think all the individual communities, and we've spoken about Gujarati communities and the Jewish communities, I think it's the power of the communities which would increase the awareness, and then through this awareness, we'll be able to kind of push it not just here in the UK, but also back home with our communities back there. So as a representative of the Bengali community, I think we are equally serious about the Namami Ganga mission, both from a cultural perspective as well as from the impact it has on the environment. So on behalf of the community, we'd like to thank you for everything that you're doing as well.
Thank you, gentlemen, but I would have been more happy if you have stated like this, that we'll take water from Ganges and mix it into the Thames River, and then we'll make a idol of Durgaji there, so that you will feel more connected with our country. And
That is
going to feel more connected, because all of us sitting in this chamber, for Ganga, it is always much more precious, and the water of Ganga is much more holy than any of the river of the world.
Very true, and we are working with several bodies here on the Thames River project as well. And one of the elements that they're looking at is the spirituality of rivers, and I think there's no better example of that than River Ganga. So definitely, we will be kind of representing ourselves in that forum in whichever way is possible. So thank you, sir.
Thank you.
एक सर हमारी जो मान्यता है कि जिसमें भी गंगा का पानी मिलता है वो गंगा हो जाती है.
सही है.
And I think this is the spirit that we want to take over. Take Ganga water everywhere, so everything becomes Ganga. Like we have one sun, so we have one river, entire world. Okay, and that's why we are saying Ganga is synonym to river. It's not just one biophysical entity that we talk about. It has to flow world over.
So तारे सर ने नमामि थेम्स प्रोजेक्ट शुरू कर दिया आप. Okay.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you. Dhruva, you have a.
Yeah, thank you for having me again. We have discussed, and there are so many things. So it's positive, to be honest, and we have to take it forward. From Ganga perspective, what I would like to comment and ask is, we have from Scotland, and I come from the Bihar, Patna. So the Thames, and we're talking about not Thames, Clyde River in Scotland used to be much more dirtier, much more polluted, and much more I would say the worst water causes the cancer back in 200 years ago. So there is a clear case that गंगा के किनारे सारे ज्ञान वर्धन प्रोग्राम शुरू हुआ बहुत हजारों साल पहले. तो एक ऐसी अपॉर्चुनिटी है हमारे पास में कि जैसे कि Clyde River has become, the Scottish Canal has become a world example for how to generate employment and how to clean the water and purest water that comes from Scotland. So taking inspiration back from our history where the knowledge or ज्ञान वहाँ से आई, आज उस चीज को regenerate करके और Scottish Canal का जो example है, selflessly I and my team और जो गंगा नमामि ने इतना अच्छा काम किया, we can take it forward. But it is a long-term project, but we can generate I have done a very small modeling of that. We can generate more than 10 millions of employment as what the Scottish Canal has done for tourism and the employment there. So there's a huge opportunity. And I think everyone involvement is required from the excellency to the point of the every individuals.
चलो धन्यवाद. आओ गुजारो कुछ रात पटना में गंगा के साथ में, तो सब चीजें अपने आप शुरू हो जाएंगी.
जी, thank you.
Thank you, sir. Medha has a.
एक मिनट, इनको पटना के बारे में बता रहा हूँ. मंत्री जी ने ऐसे बताया, पटना की गंगा, अगर आप अभी जाएंगे वहाँ जो रिवर फ्रंट है 5 किलोमीटर तक आप गंगा के किनारे, there is a promenade, very beautifully you can walk along river. So let's interact further, and we can perhaps tell you something more about river Ganga condition in Patna, around Patna, and that area.
Thank you, sir. Medha has a request, sir.
So, sir, we are having the Global Water Summit in Madrid in May 2022, and it would be of great honor if I could have Honorable Minister of Jal Shakti and the esteemed Director General as keynote speakers there, and also the Namami Ganga team to have an exhibition there like they had it in the UK and at Oxford, as we saw. to kind of highlight the efforts and achievements of this project to global water industry leaders and major investors in the water sector. So if that could happen, then I think as an Indian, I would be very proud to have them there as one of the organizers.
Thank you very much, Megha. I cannot promise you often, but certainly you send the request from the organizers of that. I'll look into this and I'll discuss with all the concerned officials, and then I'll get back to you. But I would love to be, and at least I would love to send my teams and exhibition there so that we can showcase what we have achieved and what we are planning to do. To rest of the
Definitely.
world. Thank you.
And Director General, sir.
Same goes. I think you have to give the invite, and then I'm quite sure, as Honorable Minister said, NMCC team will be happy to participate.
Thank you.
And we have a final word from Rajeshwaji Guruji, who wants to make a suggestion and an offer.
नमस्कार सर, 2 साल पहले हमारे आपके राजस्थान के अभयदास जी महाराज जी को इनवाइट किया था हमारे सिद्धाश्रम ने, और मंत्री जी आपसे वो बड़े कनेक्टेड है, और हमने सोचा कि जो नमामि गंगे का जो एग्जीबिशन है अगले वीक से हमारे इंटरनेशनल सिद्धाश्रम शक्ति सेंटर हैरो में उसको चालू किया जाए। तो आपसे आज्ञा भी हो और सपोर्ट भी चाहिए। थैंक यू।
जरूर करना चाहिए। I would request my team, especially DG Saab, to create a digital exhibition form. The exhibition in digital form, so it can be displayed anywhere in the world, in any temple or anywhere wherever we want to display it. So that would be easier way to so penetrate more and to exhibit in more number of places. That would be a better idea. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you, sir. Minister, sir, final words from you, and then final words from DG, sir, before we bring this session to a formal close.
Thank you very much. I'm glad to join all of you on the concluding day of Ganga Connect Exhibition cum Interaction program that has been successfully running across the UK from 8 November, moving from Glasgow to Cardiff to Birmingham to Oxford and finally London. The successful execution of the program has been possible only because of the commendable effort put in by the National Mission for Clean Ganga, the High Commission of India, and Sea Ganga, and I want to sincerely thank everyone associated with it. The exhibition was inaugurated by my colleague, Honorable Bhupendra Yadav, Minister of Environment and Forest and Climate Change on 8th of November in Glasgow, on the sidelines of COP26 meeting. It was done with a view to highlight the impact of climate change on large ecosystems such as Ganges and to mitigate and adapt to these impacts. The objectives was also to highlight several initiatives under Namami Ganga mission and in water sector in the country. The exhibition aimed at connecting with scientists, climate change specialists, environmental technology proponents, investors, finance community, and the Indian diaspora to feel proud. To that, the effect of exhibition has been hugely successful, as a number of partnerships have already been developed and will be announced in detail later today. In the scientific arena, we are pleased to develop partnerships with City College Glasgow, University of Strathclyde, and Cardiff University. I'm happy to share that in addition to the water treatment sector, we are also getting interest from the energy industry that is seeing the tremendous potential of generating energy out of waste streams in the Ganges. The areas of interest including biogas generation from waste and sludge, biofuel generation from industrial effluents, hydrogen from solid waste, etc. for the Ganges and other river systems which will be taken forward. UK is known for its financial services sector, and we have had significant interest from the industry in financing of technologies and innovation, as well as projects via innovative financial instruments such as Ganga Biodiversity Bonds. But above all, our main goal was to engage with communities in the UK who have tremendous faith and connection with the river. And I'm delighted to have this dialogue with such an august gathering of eminent leaders of the community and Indian diaspora. While Ganges originates from Gomukh in Uttarakhand and traverses a distance of about 2,500 kilometers to the Bay of Bengal. But the truth is, as I have stated, that sacred river flows in the heart of every Indian. Be it in India or in any corner of the world, it is considered as the cultural heritage of every Indian. And Ganga is not only a river, but it is also our cultural identity and bond to unify all of us. Therefore, I was not surprised when I was told that the community here was wholeheartedly embraced engagement with the Namami Gange program and has set up a chapter throughout the country, such as Scotland Ganga Connect, Wales Ganga Connect, Midlands Ganga Connect, and London Ganga Connect. As the Union Minister of Jal Shakti, I thank you all for such enthusiastic participation. To further increase the outreach, the exhibition will be showcased in community centers, temples, and various events to engage the larger community. I would like to request your support to mobilize community engagement with the help of the local Ganga Connect chapters. The Government of India, under the visionary leadership of Honorable Prime Minister Shri Narendra Modi ji, has for the first time set up an independent trust, Clean Ganga Fund, CGF, with eminent people leading it. The idea was to give an opportunity to everyone, including those living outside the country, to contribute towards this national mission for rejuvenating our mother Ganges. I take this opportunity to appeal to the community to wholeheartedly contribute to this noble cause. The CGF is open to all domestic as well as international NRI and PIO individuals, corporates, and institutions. They can also participate in the CGF through adoption of ghats, piloting new technologies, conducting research, and also through creating awareness. Many of you are unaware of the size and magnitude of the rejuvenation program, and I would like to take the opportunity to share some of the developments briefly with you. Namami Ganga is a flagship program of the Government of India for rejuvenation of Ganga and its tributaries. National Mission for Clean Ganga is the implementing authority of this program. Backed by the vision and priority of Honorable Prime Minister, an integrated program was launched at as a monumental scale of approximately 3.5 billion euros, with assured funding consisting of multi-sectoral, multi-agency, and multi-level interventions. The vision is to restore wholesomeness of river Ganges in terms of Aviral Dhara, continuous flow, and Nirmal Dhara, unpolluted flow, along with the preserving its ecological and geological identity. In the second phase of Namami Gange, the government is coming up with the similar funds. The importance of Ganga River rejuvenation and the political will of the government is evident from the fact that the expenditure incurred by the present government in the last 7 years is fourfold of the cumulative expenditure incurred in the last 25 years before that, starting from 1985 to 2014. Pace of execution, and consequently the expenditure has also increased many folds, with the expenditure for financial year 1920 being approximately euro 270 million as compared to 17 million in financial year 2015. NMCG has developed a comprehensive approach to champion the challenge posed to Ganga through different sectors, namely wastewater management, solid waste management, industrial pollution, riverfront development, biodiversity conservation, afforestation, river management, planning and wetland conservation. The visionary leadership of Shri Modi ji has led the program to change its approach from only pollution abatement to integrated mission for conservation of Ganga and its tributaries, including improving flow, ecology, and people connect, and river-based economic systems. Sewerage infrastructure for the first time in the Namami Gange mission, a PPP, public-private partnership approach of hybrid annuity mode and performance-linked payment, and 15 years of long-term infrastructure operation and maintenance was included for sewerage projects. The one city, one operator approach, merging rehabilitation of old and creation of new treatment capacity, recycle and reuse of wastewater to improve governance was also introduced. Dear friends, along with creation of new sewage treatment infrastructures, in addition, The mission has also done assessment of old infrastructures and existing infrastructures and taken up steps to rehabilitate and upgrade them wherever feasible. Projects have been taken up as per a comprehensive plan for all the 97 cities, towns along with Ganga and the tributaries. Subsequently, projects for tributaries have also been started. The treatment capacity is created in a manner that it would be adequate for meeting the needs of 2035 as well. The NMCG, since its origin, has understood the importance of the national and international partners. The first Ganga River Basin Management Plan was formulated by the consortium of top 7 technical institutes of the country, Indian Institute of Technologies for Dynamic Evolution of the GRBMP. And the think tank is the Center for Ganga River Basin Management and Studies, also known as Sea Ganga. Professor Tari is sitting along with you, has been formed under the aegis of NMCG. The Sea Ganga is headquartered at Indian Institute of Technology, Kanpur, with representation from most leading science and technological institutes of the country. In conclusion, I would like to say that I'm eager to know your ideas and suggestions. I have heard, listened to them. I am so happy to know the interests of Indian diaspora, and I think we also have to think that how best we can mobilize the Indian diaspora engagement for the Namami Gange and other water-related programs coming and going in our country. We are open to ideas, innovations, technologies, and business models for ensuring and sustaining Ganga and its ecosystem and other water structures in the country. As I said earlier, Mother Ganga is not only of India, but is a precious global heritage, and we all need to join hands to preserve it. Thank you very much. Thank you.
DG sir.
Thank you so much to Honorable Minister for such a comprehensive message. And I won't like to further add on anything to that, except I am overwhelmed by the support, by the partnership we are seeing through this mission. And I look forward to carrying forward the goodwill, the collaborative spirit which we have generated in future also through an institutional mechanism. And I'm quite sure our team which is there in London and with the support of High Commission would be able to do that. Cleaning of Ganga or rejuvenating a river of the size of Ganga and the complexity of Ganga is a very difficult and complex problem. We are all aware about it. You have talked about some of the other rivers which were also very poor in quality, but they have been turned around. We are also seeing a lot of good results in Ganga. So I think one take-home message is we cannot lose heart. We have to keep hope. And seeing your enthusiasm and your collaboration, your encouragement gives us more hope. And I think we will like to carry forward that particular thing, that optimism. Results are there for everyone to see, but we had a lot of excellent ideas about partnership. And solving such problem can happen only with collaborative partnership. We look forward to that. I once again thank all of you. Thank Honorable Minister for sparing so much of time for us. And also High Commission of India for supporting it, supporting this endeavor of NMCG and Sea Ganga. So thank you and look forward to further collaboration and interaction in future as well.
Thank you, Minister sir. Thank you, DG sir, for your words of support and your continuous leadership for this ambitious program. We have clearly set a strong trend. A lot of people are excited and proud to be joined and associated with this. And I have assurance from everyone in the room that the flame will be warm and lit at all times and will move from one city to other and even other countries. Many other countries where Indian diaspora have picked up this exhibition are reaching out to us saying they want the exhibition to come to their cities as well. And we'll take Minister's suggestion on developing a digital version of it as well. So on that note, thank you both, sir. We kept you late. Final words from Mr. Rosie Agarwal and vote of thanks to close the particular session.
Thank you so much. One flame, as the DGC pointed out in the beginning of the session, we have closed one flame, a torch from Ganga belt, which has just ended. And today we are taking forward another torch which has been lit up in UK, which we will take forward not only in UK but across the world also. Thank you very much, sir. Thank you, Honorable Minister, for spending time with us and being here with us throughout the session, encouraging us, guiding us, and also giving us a pathway as to what is in future for Ganga rejuvenation, for environmental protection, and for every ecology. Thank you very much, sir. I also thank our DG, Mr. Rajiv Ranjan Mishra, as I said earlier, who has been the path bearer and also the leading torch for having this Ganga program, and also the spirit behind this Ganga Connect Exhibition, not only in UK, but in various parts of the country where we have put up the exhibitions, and we have been able to get a support from the international community also. I also thank Professor Tare and Mr. Sambit Ahuja, who is the mover and shaker behind this Ganga Connect, of having taken this connect forward with the UK, and we hope to emulate this, replicate this in other parts of the world also, as part of the Clean Ganga Fund, which is a charity which has been set up in the country, and we are going to establish a UK chapter of the Clean Ganga Fund, which has been already started because of COVID. It went down for a while, but we will take it forward to establish a counterpart or subset of the UK, of the Clean Ganga Fund in UK also. I thank with the bottom of my heart to all the community leaders, technical partners, business communities, capital markets, investors, who have shown interest in the last about 15 days, especially the kind of support which we got yesterday during the various roundtable sessions is humongous. Everybody wants to support the Ganga Revolution program, whether it is by way of funding, whether it is by way of technical assistance. Veda is here with us. The young and the youth, the children, they want to engage with us. In fact, when we closed the exhibition formally at the High Commission, we are joined by some children who will basically bring out what they feel about the UK exhibition in India. So there's been a very humongous and very overwhelming, as the DG said, the kind of support we have. The Honorable Minister and the DG should have to hear to see the kind of feeling which we have for the Ganga support program here in the UK and also in other parts of the country. So thank you very much on behalf of Minister Sir, on behalf of DG MMCG. I would convey our heartfelt thanks to each one of you who have joined today, who have joined us starting from the Glasgow, coming to Cardiff, Birmingham, Oxford, and now in the last 2 days also. And we are going to have a grand finale in the evening today, which will be led by the High Commissioner herself at the Taj, where we will have a committee dinner, and it will be again open for certain dialogue. Sir, with your permission, we will also like to make some announcements, which are basically takeaway from the 15-day kind of an exhibition which we have had. Those will be submitted to you in due course of time, but we will take the opportunity to bring out the crux of whatever we have achieved today in the last couple of days also, and we'll present to the community here as part of the takeaways and the outcomes of the Ganga Connect UK chapter, sir. Thank you very much, sir. Have a good evening, and please join us back at the dinner today. Thank you. Thank you, sir.
Thank you.
Thank you, sir. Yes.
कहाँ से काटते हैं? Yes. इससे yes.